Welcome back to my channel, Famous and Fabulous. Denzel Washington, a name synonymous with Hollywood greatness, has been on the huge display screen for more than a long time. Throughout his profession, he grew to be frequently praised by means of critics and his constant fulfillment at the sector. Workplace helped to dispel the belief that African-American actors couldn't draw mainstream white audiences. But as with all enterprise, Hollywood has its shadows and secrets and techniques that now not often see the moderate of day. Denzel Washington has currently spoken out about the darker elements of Tinseltown dropping, slight on problems that call for attention, and speak in this video. We are going to discover Denzel Washington's modern-day disclosure of untold Hollywood secrets. However, in advance, then we visit that thing allows appearance once more at this iconic life and profession. Denzel Hayes Washington Jr., a Hollywood luminary celebrated for his compelling performances each on screen and stage, has left an indelible mark at the Amusement Corporation, born on December 28, 1954, near New York City. Washington's upbringing becomes shaped through the have an impact on of his father, Reverend Denzel Hayes, Washington's senior minister, and his mother Lennis, who owned a beauty parlor on the easy age of 6. He positioned solace and ardor within the local Boys and Girls Club of America in Mount Vernon, New York, in which he took his first steps onto the extent a pivotal second that activate him far from hassle, irrespective of the adversity of his mother and father divorce. Whilst he ended up 14, Washington's journey led him to boarding university in New Windsor, New York, and subsequently Toe Forum University, where he pursued every basketball and his burgeoning interest in drama and journalism. After a quick hiatus from college to find out his profession aspirations, Washington determined his calling in performing, enrolling at the American Conservatory Theater in San Francisco. He launched into his professional journey, landing his debut function inside the TV movie Wilma, while moreover locating love with his destiny spouse Paeta Pearson. His career obtained momentum with notable roles inside the comedy movie Carbon Replica and the acclaimed play A Soldiers Play. But it was his portrayal of Dr. Philip Chandler in the TV drama St. Ellen, which that catapulted him to prominence, charming audiences for 6 seasons. Washington's trajectory to stardom soared with memorable performances in movies like Cry Freedom, which earned him his first Oscar nomination, and Glory, for which he clinched the Academy Award. For tremendous supporting actor, the 1990s solidified his reputation as a Hollywood heavyweight with standout roles in Malcolm X, Philadelphia, The Pelican, Brief, and The Hurricane, the latter Income's Himmer. Historic Golden Globe win. His commanding presence persevered to dominate the silver screen, together with his Oscar-triumphing standard performance in Training Day, a function that showcased Heist's exceptional talent and versatility beyond the place of performing. Washington elevated his repertoire to directing, helming responsibilities like Ant One Fisher and The Great Debaters. His stage presence also flourished on Broadway, earning a Tony Award for Quality Actor in a Play for his portrayal in Fences, with 4 Oscar nominations and 2 wins underneath his belt. Washington's legacy transcends accolades, embodying a dedication to excellence and authenticity. In recent times, Denzel Washington is living in Beverly Hills, California, with his partner, Pete, and their 4 kids, continuing to captivate audiences with his upcoming tasks, which includes The Motion, Mystery. The Equalizer now permits delve into the primary part of this video, how Denzel Washington fearlessly peeled Decrease, returned the veil of secrecy surrounding the film agency, losing mild on its murky dealings, and the gossip surrounding its influential figures. Denzel Washington's modern-day revelations about the darker additives of Hollywood have stirred full-size hobby and subject within the entertainment business enterprise. In his candid interview, the esteemed actor delved into issues that have long lengthy been whispered about in the back of closed doors, but not often mentioned brazenly. It's nicely worth noting that Denzel isn't the #1 tosh in a slight on Hollywood's darker factor. Over time, several reports and scandals have uncovered times of exploitation, abuse of strength, and a poisonous lifestyle pervading the employer. But Denzel's state-of-the-art interview with The Hollywood Reporter introduced forth sparkling and startling insights peeling once more the veil of his surrounding the film commercial agency. For the duration of the interview, Denzel failed to mince phrases as he fearlessly criticized the Hollywood elite for his or her nauseating vanity and self-proclaimed functionist society's ethical compass, drawing a cutting parallel among their inflated self-significance and the delusions of royalty. He portrayed them as demigods above ordinary people, a portrayal that resonated deeply with many. Denzel's willingness to confront these troubles has sparked essential conversations about duty and transparency inside Hollywood. His outspoken stance has challenged the reputation quo and taken on mirrored photo on the business enterprise's values and practices as audiences and industry insiders grapple with Denzel's revelations. The preference for incredible change and reform within Hollywood begins to emerge. Denzel Washington's bold critique of Hollywood extends beyond its self-aggrandized elite to the very institutions that remember and uphold them. In his recent feedback, Denzel didn't shrink back from addressing the declining requirements of most important Hollywood award shows, dropping light on how they have got devolved into mere platforms for selling identification politics, in preference to recognizing actual understanding and achievement. With unwavering candor, Denzel fearlessly confronted the hypocrisy of Hollywood's elite, who often pontificate inclusivity and variety, while failing to exercise what they pontificate. He exposed their penchant for optics and distinct characteristic signaling, highlighting the apparent disparity among their public personas and private movements. Moreover, Denzel did not mince phrases whilst discussing the absurdity of awards ceremonies, wherein actors seek for shiny trophies and indulge their egos at the same time as real artistry takes a backseat. His assertion, "I do not need movie celeb friends," underscores his disdain for the superficial IT and insincerity pervasive in Hollywood circles. Denzel's enjoy as an African-American actor navigating an agency dominated via predominantly white figures offers him a specific mindset on the dynamics of fame and fulfillment. His reluctance to cozy us a good deal as Hollywood's elite highlights the isolation and discrimination he may additionally have confronted early in his profession, a fact that though persists for many actors of shade these days. In his canned interview, Denzel Washington did now not returned from tough the perception that actor struggles have to look at to the sacrifices made through actual heroes in conjunction with the ones serving inside the Navy or appearing hard work in depth jobs. His skepticism shed moderate at the now and again inflated experience of significance interior Hollywood circles, wherein trivial problems can overshadow greater extensive societal concerns. What is interesting is that Mel Gibson, who joined Washington during the interview, echoed those sentiments, highlighting a shared disillusionment with the enterprise's elite inside the path. In their communique, Gibson's settlement with Washington's feedback underscored a growing sentiment among seasoned actors about the disconnect among Hollywood's glittering facade and its underlying realities. Delving deeper into the interview, Denzel uncovered the movie enterprise's darker and often weird side, revealing how influential Hollywood elites manipulate and strain actors into roles which could compromise their values. His willingness to peel lower again the layers of secrecy surrounding the industry's practices sparked conversations about the importance of authenticity and integrity. In amusement, as Denzel's revelations reverberated at some stage in Tinseltown, they served as a wake-up call for Hollywood to re-examine its priorities and practices. With the aid of manner of bravely talking out, Denzel Washington reminded every industry insiders and audiences alike of the significance of retaining ethical necessities and staying actual to one's requirements within the face of strain and manipulation. As Denzel Washington's interview keeps to reverberate inside the path of the enjoyment industry, its impact has been profound, sparking a feel of urgency and unease amongst Hollywood's elite. The undisclosed truth she courageously located have left many corporation insiders scrambling to reply to the stark realities they have been faced with, forcing them to confront uncomfortable truths about the company's practices and energy dynamics. Denzel's willingness to speak out has no longer most effective sheds light on the darker factors of Hollywood, but has additionally opened a far-needed communicate about their responsibilities of those in positions of electricity. His candid revelations have brought on vital discussions about the need for duty and ethical behavior within the amusement enterprise, challenging lengthy popularity norms and practices within the root of the interview. Denzel took a second to reflect on his early tales in the industry, providing a glimpse into his adventure as an actor, fondly reminiscing approximately. Then 1986 he recalled as an alternative weird movie feature that become furnished to him, at the time a position that would in the end go away a long-lasting, have an effect on him in recounting the statistics of the movie. Denzel found a traumatic storyline that shook him to the middle on this particular movie. His individual, a black man, become falsely accused of assaulting a white girl, a plotline that struck a chord given the societal context of the time. What taken aback, Denzel even more changed into the inclusion of scenes depicting several tries to electrocute and grasp his character, all while looking to painting him as a twisted hero. Moreover, Denzel Washington's astonishment didn't end with the disturbing storyline of the movie. What truly left him stunned emerge as the nonchalant attitude displayed by means of the use of a few Hollywood insiders throughout the audition manner. It regarded as, despite the fact that the gravity and sensitivity of the storyline have been absolutely left out, leaving Denzel disheartened, approximately sure elements of the enterprise and its lack of awareness regarding the impact of such narratives, discovering that even a personas gifted and esteemed as Denzel Washington faced pressure and manipulation throughout the early levels of his profession is disheartening. However, his steadfast refusal to compromise his principles and values, even in the face of such demanding situations, speaks volumes. Approximately, his man or woman and integrity. Denzel's unwavering stance in opposition to compromises that might compromise his ideas is truly admirable and serves as unsuggestion to many aspiring actors and artists. His insights shed light at the pressures, pitfalls and challenges confronted with the aid of actors and artists, particularly beginners. Washington touched on the intense competition, the load of unrealistic expectations, and the toll that fame can specific on mental health. Those revelations function a stark reminder that in the back of the glitz and glamour, the amusement enterprise can exert giant strain on humans to conform to regularly, beside the factor requirements, both on and off screen. Moreover, Denzel emphasized the vital of addressing intellectual health problems in the industry. The high-stress surroundings of Hollywood, coupled with the traumatic situations of fame, can make contributions to anxiety, despair, and different intellectual fitness problems among artists. Washington's words underscore the necessity for the company to prioritize the well-being of its talents and provide them with the essential help in the direction of his illustrious profession. Denzel Washington has been distinguished with the resource of his unwavering dedication to integrity and ethical values. He expressed difficulty approximately the moral quandaries standard in Hollywood, emphasizing the significance of loyalty to oneself and not compromising values for the sake of achievement. Furthermore, Denzel has been vocal about the wider have an effect on of Hollywood elites extending beyond, certainly, the preference of roles for actors. He has highlighted the pervasive trouble of whitewashing in the employer, Verli advocating that roles supposed for humans of shade want to now not take transport of to white actors. His advocacy underscores the importance of illustration and variety in Hollywood, difficult the popularity quo and advocating for added inclusive casting practices. Moreover, Denzel Washington's vocal stance on promoting range and authenticity in amusement presentations, his deep dedication to fostering a greater inclusive corporation. The ongoing trouble of whitewashing in Hollywood has once more come to the forefront as a result of Denzel's present-day revelations, shining a highlight on this long-standing injustice and prompting conversations about the need for trade. In a candid interview, Denzel shed moderate on the darkish facet of the casting manner, revealing how actors frequently face ruthless auditions designed to take advantage of and humiliate them. Below, amazing strain, he highlighted how those auditions can turn actors into mere pawns in a high-stakes recreation of energy and control, exposing the merciless realities that many aspiring performers undergo in pursuit of their goals. Moreover, Denzel's open angle on nepotism and favoritism within the enterprise has drawn interest to the unfair, worrying conditions that actors regularly come across through addressing those troubles. Head-on, Denzel has sparked upheaval in Hollywood, fearlessly speaking out closer to manipulative practices that have lengthily been swept beneath the rug. Moreover, Denzel Washington's bravery inside the use of his platform to deal with those questionable ethics is paramount. In an enterprise often clouded with the aid of superficiality and self-hobby, Denzel stands, proud as a beacon of real distinctive feature amidst sure self-serving Hollywood elites, who interact in philanthropy as a trifling facade to bolster their public image in assessment to the ones who have interaction in mere publicity stunts. Denzel is devoted to creating an actual impact inside the global. His involvement with charitable agencies, which consist of the Boys and Girls Clubs of America and Keep Africa's Youngsters, underscores his willpower to nurturing the capacity of the next generation and empowering underprivileged companies international. Furthermore, Denzel's affiliation with the Nelson Mandela Children's Fund serves as a testimony to his unwavering dedication to upholding Mandela's legacy and advocating for a higher destiny for South Africa's kids, now not like folks that are searching for interest or accolades through their philanthropic endeavors. Denzel's method is grounded in a real desirato, have an effect on superb trade, via hands-on involvement, widespread financial contributions, and the elevating of essential awareness on pertinent problems beyond his contributions to the silver screen Denzel Washington units. A powerful instance of what it approached to be a compassionate and altruistic person. The usage of his achievement and privilege to uplift the ones in want his efforts to have an effect on trade in Hollywood, move past the boundaries of performing, serving as an idea for others to follow in shape in the usage of their platforms for nice impact, while Denzel's latest allegations merely scratch the floor of the industry's underlying problems. It turns into more and more obvious that there may be a fantastic deal, more lurking behind the glamorous FAO of Hollywood, want to the truth be absolutely exposed. It is probably to send wonder, wave sooner or later of the enjoyment agency, leaving every person greatly surprised with the aid of the extent of the revelations in response to the unveiling of the darker aspect of Hollywood. Net clients had been vocal in expressing their opinions on reactions to Denzel Washington's revelations as discussions surrounding the subject hold to spread. It is easy that there is an urgent need for further scrutiny and obligation in the enjoyment enterprise. In the back of the glamorous facade of Hollywood lies a problematic internet of stories, power dynamics and secrets and strategies, at the same time as the leisure business enterprise has provided us with memorable moments and iconic movies. It is critical to renown that no longer everything is as it appears. As viewers, we are regularly captivated by the use of the bigger-than-existence personas and the magic of cinema. However, we must also don't forget that these industries have their disturbing conditions, from illustration issues to controversies, that every so often come to moderate. One latest film, The Sound of Freedom, primarily based on true events, sheds mild on a stressful and globally pervasive trouble: human trafficking. The issue of human trafficking is of maximum importance and merits the brand new focus that this movie brings to the display. However, it's also a subject that needs the maximum care, accuracy, and sensitivity in its portrayal. A few visitors have expressed concerns approximately how one of these complex trouble is being treated. Interior, the movie sparking discussions approximately the moral issues worried in depicting sensitive subjects on display screen. This speak no longer best brings interest to the issue of human trafficking, but also highlights the obligation filmmakers have in offering such topics with integrity and recognize. Apparently, the controversy surrounding the movie has generated its very own buzz. Interior, Hollywood people who take problem with the film's portrayal of human trafficking have inadvertently drawn interest to it, sparking curiosity amongst audiences who won't have been aware about the film otherwise. In this manner, their attempts to criticize the film have, by using danger, added it into the highlight, ultimately amplifying its message and impact. Oprah Winfrey, often regarded as an icon of media philanthropy and empowerment, wields large effect in the leisure enterprise. Her opinions and endorsements can shape public perception and impact the achievement of tasks. Many human beings appearance to Oprah for guidance and validation, and her guide can catapult a project to new heights of achievement. However, there are a few who fear about the ability consequences. If Oprah had been to speak out in opposition to a particular movie or express worries, approximately its portrayal of sensitive troubles, for example, within the case of The Sound of Freedom, a film addressing the problem of human trafficking, there may be issues about how Oprah's opinion should have an impact at the public's belief of the movie, given her popularity as a trusted determiner and her capability to sway public opinion. Some fear that if Oprah have been to elevate objections or express skepticism about the film's coping with of human trafficking, it may bring about huge doubt or reluctance amongst audiences to engage with the project. This underscores the importance of important questioning and discernment amongst viewers. Whilst Oprah's have an effect on ICRC, it is critical for audiences to method media with a discerning eye and no longer blindly accept the whole lot that comes from Hollywood. Moreover, the interest that audiences are vigilant and discerning can function a catalyst for effective change inside the enterprise. If manufacturers, administrators, and one-of-a-kind enterprise specialists understand that site visitors are scrutinizing their paintings and watching for integrity and authenticity, it is able to inspire them to prioritize ethical storytelling and improve the general satisfaction of content material. In the end, this will make contributions to the mental and emotional properly being of artists and audiences alike, fostering a healthier and extra respectful creative surroundings. In conclusion, Denzel Washington's courageous stance in losing mild at the darker elements of Hollywood serves as a reminder that the leisure agency, whilst glamorous at the ground, has its percentage of disturbing conditions and controversies. His willingness to speak out sparks crucial conversations about responsibility, integrity, and the need for change. Interior Hollywood. As visitors, it is critical to stay vigilant, critically analyze media portrayals, and call for transparency and authenticity. From the enterprise allows maintain to engage in talk, manual moral, storytelling, and maintain those in energy accountable for their movements. What are your mind on Denzel's revelations about Hollywood? Share your views within the feedback under, and bear in mind to love and subscribe for more insightful content about the leisure enterprise. I'll see you within the next video. Bye for now.